Hello, I'm Lucia.
And I'm Kelly. Hello and welcome to Funky Junk again.
We have loads of things to show you today. We're going to make music here in the studio with all kinds of things. You can make music with almost anything. Isn't that right, Kelly?
I love music.
What are you doing there? You're going to be doing something later on?
Yeah, I'm going to show the kids how they can make use of their old music manuscripts at home that they don't use if they're into the music business.
Great, great. And I'm going to start by showing you how to make a percussion instrument with a very simple, just a crisp tin that you would have munched all and had a great night watching the television or whatever. Very, very simple. We're going to start out just by simply gluing a big piece of paper here and just very quickly tear it along. And hope this glue is working this morning because it's a wee bit temperamental.
I know how to work it.
A wee bit non-sticky.
Because you have to peel off the stuff that dries the night
before. Oh, it dried overnight last night?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Thank you for your help, my dear.
I'm a genius.
There straight away, a tip. I love the stuff because it's so thin and easy. It's one of the best PVA glues that I've come across. Somehow the big stuff that you have to slobber around for ages can be, you know, it's a nuisance. It's cheaper to buy it, of course, in bulk. It's cheaper to buy the big ones. But sometimes there's a lot to be said just for the convenience of doing exactly what I'm doing now and just sort of flatten it out a little bit. And as I always say, try and go as near the edges as possible, and that'll make it stick better. I'll just do another little loop around here. You'll be surprised at how quickly you would have a lovely set of musical instruments for your school or for home if you just love to play along to, you know, your CDs or whatever. I'm just going to sort of put this down around the base of it, judging very quickly and flattening it out as I go along. So I'll just flatten it around, try and get it to slot down to the very bottom and move around and try and make sure that it's nice and even as you're going along. That looks good. And just pushing it in and pushing it down. You see the little lines on it, almost a design there in itself from the glue underneath. And there's no harm in that at all. That's great. Now, what I'll do here at the end is I'll just put an extra good piece along to secure it, because you don't want to be shaking the instrument around and the whole thing to fall apart on you. So there you have it. That's the start of it. See how quickly now that is done. That's just the very beginning of it, isn't it? Just great.
Cool, I like the colour as well.
And the thing about it is you always have bits of rice at home. You might have a few old beads. You can experiment with all the different kinds of sounds that you'll get from trying different things. I think I'm going to be putting some spaghetti in there later on. Now, that's it, but as you can see, there's a bit at the top of it. And I'm just wondering if something like that might be nice along the top. Just a little nice design to finish it off.
I mean, what is that? Exactly?
It's one of those sticky things. You can buy them just in art shops.
Oh, right.
And the nice thing about those is you could
it's like a sticker, is it?
Yeah, you could use an old piece of ribbon instead and, you know, glue it on.
Glue it, yeah.
But the glue doesn't come out through then. This here makes it just a nice little neat finish. You might put it around the centre. Now today I'm just going to very quickly put it around the top. And if there's a little bit of purple sticking out underneath, that will only
nice
add,
touch, yeah.
That will add to the touch of it. And it just peels off. Like I'm just peeling it as I go along, going around. And what does it do? It adds a wee bit of glamour, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To the whole thing.
Very fancy.
It is just nice.
Isn't
It is. It's just lovely. So I'm cutting it because I don't want to waste any. I'm cutting it just right at the very edge here. And so that's nice and secured around the top. And then I've got a wee piece left over. And just to make it kind of match, I'm going to stick it just around the middle like that. As an extra little design. Let me see where the back of it is, because I'm a bit funny like that about getting it in the right place. Just a little thing like that on the front of it. So you have a nice little bit of class going on there. The next very simple thing to do is to just get something that you're going to put into it to make it rattle.
Cool, and what kind of stuff? Okay, pasta.
I'm just using pasta. Pasta's a good one. You hear that sound already?
That's good, because pasta doesn't really go off either, doesn't it? When it's not, make sure it's not like not cooked pasta, you know. When don't cook the pasta before.
That wouldn't be
putting
very nice, would it?
No, it wouldn't make sound.
You've got a nice instrument. What I would do now would be, I would just, to decorate the top of it, I would normally, I'll show you now in another minute, I would just put a little beads and stuff like that through the top of it. I've pierced a hole in there and I would just pull the beads out through, or something kind of fancy to add on to the top of it to make it different. But I'll be showing you that in a couple of minutes' time. So there you are. The next thing to do really is to just glue around the lid and make sure it's nice and secure. When you're happy that you've got enough sound inside, you can do it that way.
Did you play music at school?
Oh yeah, I play the guitar just a little bit now, but of course I did my piano and all the rest of it. The whole lot of us did.
Guitars are great for all sing-songs, aren't they?
Oh, guitars are great for partying and all that kind of stuff, and just being able to carry them footloose and fancy free. So that will dry. I'm not going to shake too much because the things will stick to the top. But there you have an immediate musical instrument. You can decorate it as much as you like. You can draw on it. You can use stickers on it. And I might just carry on doing a little bit of that when Kelly's going to show us later on her manuscript. But today we're heading off to... Where are we going today, Kelly?
You know what, Mum? It's a surprise. Hi girls and boys, I'm down here in Ballymun with this lovely lady Noreen, who's going to tell us all about S01E05, a lovely youth recycling group that they've got going on down here. So Noreen, how did it all start?
Well, it all started about 4 years ago. Some local residents got together and decided that there was a need in the area for a recycling facility. So 2 people got it started up here in Salog Road, and it's been running very well since then.
Fantastic. And what kind of things do you recycle from around the area?
We recycle glass, paper, cardboard, plastic bottles, everything.
Very good. And what do you do with these things? Do you do activities with them afterwards, or?
Yes, we do. There are certain things that you can't actually recycle. You can't send for recycling, like Capri Sun bags or you know, cat food pouches.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, you can't actually recycle them. So what we do is we take them from people, wash them, and then we make them into bags or folders or purses.
Fantastic.
And yeah,
so the kids have a lot of fun with that as well.
They do, yeah, they do that, yeah.
It's
and
great
we
for
do
the
that.
community and stuff.
It's
as well,
very
isn't it?
good
It gets
because
them all together, yeah.
Yeah, and it teaches them that there are some things you can recycle and can't recycle, and what you can't recycle in the Bring Centre, give to us, and we'll do something with them for you.
That's great. Well, that's it from us here now, and we're going to go find out what Mom is doing inside.
Well, we're here at S01E05 and we're having a look at these bags that have been made by the boys and girls that come round after school to do some work. Well, Leisha, you're going to tell us how you make these. They're fabulous.
You make these little Capri Sun cartons.
These little fellas here, is it?
Yeah, and then you sew them together, all together, and then you get some at the bottom, and then when you're doing the little handles, you're supposed to cut up Capri Sun cartons and sew them together.
That's hard work, isn't it? But isn't it a brilliant idea?
Yeah.
And here's the sewing machine, and Noreen's over here. She's a lady of many trades, aren't you? You're doing that much stuff. Now, where did you get that idea? That's a brilliant idea.
Oh, we just saw them around, and you know.
You make stuff out of everything you see, don't you?
Yeah.
And what do you do with the bags? Do the kids take them home, or what happens?
What happens is usually at the children bring them into the Bring Centre, and some of the schools around the area collect them, and they're brought to the Bring Centre.
Oh, I see. And do you bring them to your school as well sometimes? What school do you go to?
Holy Spirit National School.
And do you like it there? It's a lovely uniform, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you done your homework yet?
Yeah.
Did you get loads to do tonight?
Only a few.
Only a few, a bit of maths or something like that, was it? Ian, you're going to tell me all about the things that you recycle here in this lovely centre, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Now, Ian, you're going to tell me all about the stuff that you recycle down here, isn't that right?
Yeah.
You've got all the bins along here. What kind of things do you put into the bins, Ian?
I put paper in the 3 bins, stamp 3 bins.
Okay, excellent. What kind of paper do you put?
Soft paper.
Soft paper. Oh, very good indeed. Soft paper. That's brilliant. Oh, look, and here's all the stuff you put in from your drinks in school. All the cartons, isn't it?
Yeah.
The little cartons. What kind of things do you like to drink when you're in school?
Milk.
Good boy. Why do you drink milk?
Because it makes our grow.
Does it? That's excellent. And you don't drink any fizzy drinks or any bowl things like that?
But I have to when my mum buys them.
Oh, do you? You like just a little treat every now and again, not too often.
For me dinner.
For your dinner, you like. Oh, and what else? Nice things do you have for your dinner?
I have chicken nuggets and chips.
Oh, yum! Now you're making me.
Chipper.
Oh, you're making me hungry now, Ian. You're making me very hungry. But you eat lots of fruit and all when you're at school, don't you? What special things do you get to eat at school?
Bananas, oranges, and apples.
Oh, that's
Not
lovely.
pears.
Why do you know? Not pears. Why do you think they don't have pears in the school?
They just don't.
I think they're probably very messy too, aren't they? They go all soft sometimes.
No, they're too juicy.
Oh, they're too juicy, are they? What's your favourite fruit of all those? Why?
Because I like the apple flavour.
Oh, great. And come here, tell me this, are you getting a few new teeth as well?
Yeah.
You know when the bins are taken away, do you know where all the stuff goes to?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Into a bin truck.
That's great. And
Well, it's called a rubbish truck.
excellent. And where do they take that? Where does that rubbish truck drive to?
I don't know.
Well, we'll be able to tell you on our programme, if you watch very carefully, we'll be telling you all about going to a recycle plant and what happens to all the cans and sometimes the bottles and all those things. And you'll see that isn't it great not to throw them out into a dump? What happens when you throw things like that out into a dump?
That's not recycling while helping.
That's very good indeed. And what happens to our poor earth and our poor Ireland and the world and everything else when you do bold things like that?
You have bad luck.
You have bad luck. Oh, that is just brilliant. Okay, Ian, thank you very much for all your information.
Oh yeah, and sometimes you can crush cans with the can crusher.
And would you like to see that happening? It's great fun when it...
I always do it when I have cans.
Good man, and there's a great sound from them, isn't there? But I know upstairs the lady was telling me, Noreen, that she makes lovely things from the cans as well.
Does she?
Yeah, so you mightn't have many left to crush if you're not careful, okay? Thank you very much for all your information, Ian, okay?
Oh well.
Well, everywhere we've gone over the last number of weeks, we've been talking to people who've been trying to save energy by going on their bicycles instead of in the car to make the environment nice and clean and the air nice and fresh. But here, we've taken it a step farther because here at this centre, we have been making bikes. Not me, unfortunately, but people like Michael. How did you put it all together, Michael?
They set up a club and they set up a thing where we go in and fix bikes and make them weld them and all.
That's brilliant. And is there somebody who gives you instruction and tells you how to do it and everything like that?
Yeah.
And how do you start out? What kind of pieces do you collect first of all?
If we see bike parts, we bring them in and you can put them on bikes like that and all.
And just make a brand new bike from scratch, can you? So Michelle, you have been here in the workshop. What kind of things did you do?
Well, I fix bikes and I fix the handlebars and put chains on and stuff.
That's great. So you know how to do all that now yourself?
Yeah.
Well, Kelly went down to get coffee to make something special here for the manuscripts. And you know something, boys and girls? I joined her. So I'm having a little slurp here on the side. The smell of it is just gorgeous.
Well, personally, I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm more of a tea lady, to be honest. I love my tea. But anyway, I'm going to get down to business now and show you what I'm making here, right? As you can see so far, I've kind of covered a little bit of my box. It's just a shoe box that I got from town from my local shoe guy because I tend to buy a lot of shoes. I'm kind of a shoe crazy kind of girl. But I've just, covered it really simply with some Pritt stick glue and glued it along the side. But I'm going to show you how to get that really cool effect, that stained effect, to make it look aged and old and stuff. So I had some old manuscript at home because I used to do music at school and I loved it. Yeah. So I had some saved, just a couple of songs here and there. Some I did for my leaving cert all those years ago.
Not that long ago. Good while ago, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a while ago now.
Has it brought back any memories to you?
Oh yeah, good memories.
What tunes are there?
Well, some of them were just, songs that I had to study and know all the chords for and stuff. It's just kind of like, But I'm just like, I've basically made some coffee, like make it really, really strong and put in about 2 or 3 spoonfuls of it and only a tiny bit of water so that it comes out really, really strong. And get a bit of I cut a little bit of a sponge and dip it into the coffee and just spread it along the sheet like that. And it comes out nice and deep brown. And then when you've finished covering it, leave it outside to dry overnight. Which I did last night. I had all my stuff prepared and it came out nicely. And you'll find that when it dries, it kind of comes out like a kind of a crinkly old effect to it. It's really cool. So,
that'll work.
Yeah, the smell of coffee though. I love the smell of coffee even though I don't like the taste of it. It's weird. You love coffee, don't you?
I enjoy the odd cup. You know, you can't drink too much coffee. You get all kind of hyper and up to high dough. So you have to be just careful.
Caffeine in it.
Balance it, balance it. It's lovely from time to time, and it is stimulating, yeah.
So leave that there for
you're going to
dry.
cover all that, and you're probably going to put into your,
I'm going to cover the
little
lid now.
container when you finish there.
Well, whatever you want. It can just be used for storage for, I don't know, maybe some of your old recyclable materials that you could, save and use
or some
for our program when you're tuning in.
Songbooks or something like that too. That'd be nice.
Yeah. If you want to associate it with music, you can put something with music into it. But
great stuff. Well, I'm going to fire away on here because I started just before you did there with your manuscript, Kelly, and I was having a look here and thinking that this needed a little bit more decoration. So I found some nice stars to just stick on around the side and keep it simple. And of course, you could continue that at home, whatever, as much as you wanted to do with it. And these little stars are just kind of nice and attractive. They'll cheer you up when you pick it up, and it's a nice decoration then when it's in your room or wherever you have it. It's nice and pleasant to look at when it's all done that way. So you can continue on with as many as you like. Now, in the meantime, there's some of them are not sticking very well, those stars. In the meantime, I'm going to move along and show you another musical instrument you can make.
That one looks really fun.
This is great. This is totally recyclable materials. Absolutely, totally. These here were in our little containers for yogurts. They're very simple. They're lovely and light as well. They're nice and light to work with for the fact that if you want to, cut the little hole in the top. Now that will work this time for those. And what I got was a little bit of leftover string from Christmas decorations, and I've just attached them all together. In fact, they were attached nearly together because they were knotted when I pulled them out of the bag. They were knotted, so I put another little knot in them in a minute. They press down in through because the knot makes it easy. I've already put the little hole in it just with my scissors very, very carefully. I'm going to put it through and add another knot so that it doesn't come out too quickly, it wouldn't fall out when you start shaking the instrument. So just a nice thick knot there to add into it. There we go. And pull it through. I've got a little bit of loose fingers this morning, or today I should say. Now the next thing you can do here is pick up a couple of little beads and you can attach them, just thread them through. And if they're beads that have a nice sort of a large hole there, the thin little tiny beads won't work for this. So I tend to save, if I find those big beads, I tend to save them for stuff like this, that you can thread cord through or, stringy stuff like this. I'm not going to go through them all, but that's basically, because when you rattle, those will, they'll make a nice kind of an effect. That one would be too long. What do you think might happen if you shook that too much? You might hit somebody in the eye with it. So I've been very careful here on this one, and I've cut them nice and short so they just hit off the side. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some beads into here, or some kind of, oh yeah, I almost forgot to put my stick in. This stick here now I got in a shoebox. You'd be amazed. Now I have to be very careful here not to stab myself or anybody else. I'm just twisting around to make the hole again.
Oh yeah, they're the things that keep the shoes kind of straight and stuff, yeah.
It was in a shoebox. There was just loads of stuff in that shoebox. I think I've been just talking and obsessed with that shoebox for ages. I'm going to push it through, and it's a bit like a chopstick actually.
You could use the way some Chineses give out chopsticks as well.
What I'm going to do to be extra clever, I'm actually going to put the fat bit in that side because it won't come out then.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying there? The thin bit is there and the fat bit is here, and it's actually extremely secure now. But as I say to you, boys and girls, as you're going along, you will find different techniques. Sometimes something will work, sometimes you can improve on it. I have the thin side in on that one, and I attached a bead to the top of it at the end to secure it, and some tape. Sometimes you can use a rubber band, but this is actually going to be a better idea. Me thinks. Okay, so I will now find something to put into it, and I think I'm just going to put some seeds and a little bit. I've got seeds and I've got a little bit of pasta. You could put rice again, or any little bits and pieces, and a couple of stones, whatever you like. That sounds good. That sounds like a good rattle. And sometimes what I do to camouflage that it's, you know, just got those in, I add a little sprinkle of a couple of nice ingredients, like a nice couple of glitters, and they will shake all around as well, around the side. And they're lovely to watch. It's a little bit of salt and pepper here, it looks like. And you can see I actually keep them in little, almost in salt and pepper containers. It makes them easy to just, you know, use for anything that you're doing. Kelly, you might need your help here now to secure this.
Yeah, I could do with a change from this gluing.
Yeah, I think you have enough gluing done there. It's just the idea of it, isn't it?
Oh no, I'll finish it because I want to finish it.
You could finish it later. I do want you to make that lovely instrument that you made earlier.
Yeah, it looks like you're having fun with that.
No, I'm not having fun because I need your help now to just give me a hand. This is the not having fun bit.
Okay.
Okay. Now we just tape it all around. You have to be nice and careful, and as you can see, this is just tape that you use sometimes at the bottom.
Tape.
Masking tape, it's called. Yeah, for the bottom of your when you're doing wallpapering and stuff like that, and you don't want to get paint on the all along the board or along the wall, and you're doing very little intricate things.
Could do with it just one more.
I am going to actually just put a nice one long piece, so that's just the initial thing. Now I can put a nice tidy piece on, you know, so that we can decorate it with.
Cool.
Yeah, that's quite good.
Oh yeah, you decorated.
Yeah,
with markers.
Marker, but you could use a nice stronger marker than that. That was just a quick little demo there, and you could use again some of your little stars and some of your little shapes all around here. You know, it's something different. So you might want to stick to just one colour. Like that, you know, you just go around and work your way around that, or you might want to use colours that are in the top there. Now, as I said, I'm not too keen on that bead being at the edge in case when you swing it out, you could knock out your fellow student
Getting a whack into the eye is never good.
So just an idea would be to continue on and do your stars all around, add your beads, and again, you're going to have an instrument just like that. Are you going to make one too?
Yeah,
Something
why
different?
not?
Okay.
You gave me these to work with earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
They're cool. They're the little yogurt drinks that I'm sure a lot of you have at home. Your daily, you know, getting up in the morning and eating or drinking these. They have loads of vitamins in them or something. They're supposed to be good for you, so drink them. They're good. All
right, okay. So what did you want me to do here, Kelly?
Okay, so I'm going to start making an instrument out of these little kind of yogurty drink container things that I'm sure some of you have at home.
Like this one here?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of make something along those lines, except, you know, better. Okay.
That's because I made that one. Well, that's pretty lousy.
I know, in fairness, you could do a better job than that. Like, I mean, that's really boring.
Let's just see.
Yeah, I challenge you, okay?
Okay.
Hold this. Oh, no, wait. I have to put...
Be nice. I have to please and things.
I have to put my thing into first, the actual sound stuff, because otherwise it won't
Those
make
are just
noise.
seeds. What do you call them? Sesame seeds and...
Pasta and stuff.
What happened there was that...
if you don't have pasta or sesame seeds, use some rice.
Sesame
dry
seeds,
rice.
I can't remember.
Dry rice.
I should know. I buy them all the time.
They're not really that nice.
Very
I
good
think
for you.
they're an acquired taste, aren't they?
No, they're very good for you.
Okay, so hold us a sec, please, Mother, while I do this. Okay.
Yeah, you need good loads of thick, won't you, for that? Because you'd be shaking it around the place, and the next thing, hey presto, and the whole lot would disintegrate.
And then you definitely win the competition because mine would have fallen apart.
There are scissors there, Kelly, should you feel like cutting the tape.
Yeah, you're probably better off not doing it with your teeth. Sorry, that was not a good example. Okay. Right.
Good, I'd say several loads of those around, huh?
Ah, no,
Are you using Mac Tack at all, this stuff here, to bind it
No,
centre?
no. I told you mine's going to be better.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Now,
can handle it, I can handle it.
you've just used Mac Tack for yours, isn't that
Yeah,
all
I
you
did.
used? Right, okay. I'm going to be cool and I'm going to use stickers.
Oh.
Yeah, mine is going to be cooler.
It is
It's going to be
cooler.
funnier
Hers is gonna be
and
better.
like, you know, it's going to smile at you. So, you know, anything that smiles back at you is always going to win.
Even if it's your reflection in the mirror. Oh, it was a good start.
Just imagine you waking up in the morning. You're a winner. Okay,
You
sorry.
have to be very positive about life and always tell yourself that you're wonderful. There's no harm in it. It's not a crime. Right, Kelly, how are you getting on with yours there?
Well, I finished and I'm quite, you know, impressed with myself. My masterpiece. Boring. Fun. Boring. Fun. You tried. But again, I win.
Lovely stuff. Well, I think that's about all we have today. That was quite an array of musical instruments and things that you can make at home, and you can have great sound and great fun. You can make instruments from almost anything, even little bits of leftover wood that were in the cupboard to freshen up your wardrobe. Look.
Do you want to have a go at
Anything.
making some noise before we go?
Okay, time to wind up the programme. For me, Lucia,
And me, Kelly.
it's bye-bye for now, and see you next time on Funky Junk. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.